Hi there, my name is Twyla, and I'm the founder and main facilitator of Accessing Your Inner Compass. And I made this video as an opportunity for you to feel into whether this opportunity is the right fit for you. So Accessing Your Inner Compass is a group for expectant mothers. And I believe that pregnancy is one of the most important times to ensure we have the skills and capacity to connect to our knowing and our wisdom that's going to support us through our pregnancies, through the birth of our child, and through the continually unfolding scape of parenting. So if you're pregnant, I'm sure you already expect that there's a lot that's going to be changing once you give birth to your child, to expect what's going to happen during the birth of your child. And we can get a lot of advice. You might be doing a lot of reading, different people's experiences, different people's opinions, and a lot of it can feel conflicting and overwhelming and confusing and just a lot to prepare for. And I really believe that the most important preparation we can do as we get ready to give birth to our children is to have the tools and skills to be centered and grounded in ourselves, that we can listen. We can really listen to our needs. We can listen to our limits. We can listen to our values. And from this grounding and centering, we can be responsive to what's external to us, the situation, to our children. So I'm really grateful that I had an opportunity to cultivate these somatic embodied grounding tools before I had my son 10 years ago. And it was this cultivating this capacity to be in and grounded and listening to my own body that I was able to advocate in my pregnancy with my midwife. And I was able to have the birth the way that I wanted to have it, in a way that was safe, caring for me and my child. And I have been continually using these skills of being responsive in 10 years of being a parent. And what I can tell you about parenting is that it's continually changing. Even when we think we've got the hang of something, it's going to change, which is why, being able to be responsive allows us to shift with these things. So something to know about how I facilitate and the facilitation you would receive in working with me is that I model this responsiveness, which means the exact unfolding and path of our group will be modeling what that responsiveness looks like, because it will come from me, listening to my inner compass and bringing my expertise, bringing my experience, bringing my knowledge in a way that meets all of you and is responsive to your needs, responsive to what's moving through you, even as our 2 months together unfold. So although the exact trajectory and unfolding of our group is really going to be something that's done responsibly with you, what I can tell you about the general picture of what to expect in our group is that we're going to have 8 sessions of 2 hours live over Zoom each week. And we're, for me, it's really important to make sure we're all set up and have what we need to be present, to be together, to have what we need in our spaces, have an opportunity to check in so I know how I can best facilitate what's going to happen over our 2 hours together. And we're always going to have we're always going to start with grounding exercises, different exercises. So each week you'll have an opportunity to feel into a different exercise to ground and center your body, to learn what works best for you. And from that grounding and centering, we're going to do more exercises that allow you to tune into your body, tune into your sensations, tune into your movement, tune into all the aspects of your inner experience. And so you're going to be filling up your toolkit of tuning in. And while we fill up this toolkit with practices, you're also going to be creating an actual tangible physical toolkit, some receptacle for you where each week we're going to add touchstones, which are some physical, tangible, simple object that will allow you to access these tools. So even once our group is done, you'll have these things that you can turn to that help bring you back into that place of centering, that place of grounding, and listening to, finding your way to your inner compass. And as I'm going to guide you to create what works for you. And we're going to use a bunch of different modalities. And whether you believe you're creative or artistic or not, it's totally fine. It's really something that works for you. And this is what this is all about. In addition to our toolkit, every week is going to focus on self-care practices. Being as resourced as possible before we give birth, I think, is critical, as well as knowing how we can have ways of continuing to care for ourselves when we begin to care for an infant. And after that, we'll have opportunities for note-taking or journaling, for sharing, partners and in groups. And in our closing of each session, I'm going to be giving you practices and tools to take into your week between our sessions. So those might be recordings, they might be some activities. They're all optional. They're all just things to support you, for you to find the ways that work for you. You're going to be given a lot of tools, and all of it is for you to feel into what works for you, what's right for you. So now that I've shared a little bit about me, about our group, I'm going to invite you to take a final moment. Just notice where you are. So you've been looking at me and listening to me, to also come back into your sense of your own body, the surroundings around you, noticing what's beneath you, whether you're standing or sitting, and feeling that support under your feet or your bum or your back. And settle back into your space, noticing your body, any adjustments you need. What does your body need in this moment? And if you're comfortable to do it, just to bring your hands somewhere to your body, your belly, maybe both hands to your belly. I like to bring one to my belly and one to my heart. And as you take a couple breaths, just feeling what your inner compass is saying about this group. Is this something that is feeling like the right fit for you in your journey? Can you feel how it could really support and make a really big difference for your experience and for your resourcedness? And if there's not a clear answer or you're not sure, I can invite you to get in touch with me and have a conversation. I would love to answer any questions that you may have, because I really want this to be the right fit for you and to be exactly what you need for your journey. And whether I see you in our group or not, if you've made it to the end of this video, I wish you so much connection and love and surrender as you continue on your journey of your pregnancy, your birth, and your parenthood.
Yeah.